Hi everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going to talk about cookie based authentication. So in the last module we talked about session based authentication. This video it's primarily will be based on session based authentication. So we are talking about three different things: session based, cookie based and token based. So first we will try to understand what are cookies, right? Cookies are small text information which are sent by the server and stored at the browser. And what all information we store in the inside of cookies, maybe auth token, preference, session ID, user ID, or something like that. What are the type of cookies? Like you can say session cookies, third-party cookies, secure HTTP only cookies, persistent cookies, which has expiration of time, right? So cookie-based authentication is widely popular. What happens is you log into some system, server sends you the cookies, which browser manages it, right? And then in subsequent request, you are sending the same cookies back to the server. So server can identify, okay, this is the cookie sent by me, and now it is coming back from the client. So server can validate the cookies, okay? If those cookies are valid and representing a user, I should allow you to log in. So cookies are some simple plain information like this, which contains the query parameter like session ID, and these are the attributes, right? Okay, cookies are HTTP only and secure. So there are many ways in which we have to make our cookies secure so that nobody can read the cookies throughout the network traffic. So we need to make it HTTP only. So that should not be accessible by JavaScript at a client side. Secure, that means that cookies should be sent over HTTPS. Same site, that means the same cookies can be exchanged between the same domain. Not like, okay, if I steal the cookies, I cannot use it on my own domain. So these CSRF attacks and all will be gone, right? So in real world application, if we try to think about the cookies, how it works, we have a client, we have a server. User logs in with the username password, server sends us the cookies. Now that cookie can be anything. That cookies data can be a simple JWT token, it can be a session ID, it can be user ID, it can be a session ID which we are storing in the Redis, right? So that will be the cookies. Information can be anything inside the cookies. It can be a token, it can be a session ID. The another thing is, once you receive the cookies, you will be sending the cookies back to the server. So this is how the session is exchanged between client and the server. So we have already seen session based authentication. There the client was sending the session in form of cookies only. If you remember the last module where we were using session based authentication, there also the information exchange was happening through cookies only. Okay, after that we will talk about the token based authentication. So that we will be sending through headers. So between client and server, you can send information either in the cookies, in the query parameter, in the request body. But these authentication information we always send either through cookies or either through headers like X API key, X token, authorization header. So authentication information, token, cookie, session ID, we send through the either cookies or either through authorization header. So mainly in token based authentication, we send the token through authorization header. But in cookies based authentication, whatever the authentication mode, either we use token based. So that token also will be sent through cookies. So that's the major difference between cookie based and the token based. In token, we don't use cookies at all. We just send a token always in the authorization header. But in cookies based authentication, either you use a token based authentication or anything. The most important part is we will be using cookies for exchanging the data. Now that cookie can be representing some session ID, user ID, auth ID, or token also, the plain JWT token. So people sometimes get confused when they see the JWT token coming inside a cookies. Yes, you can send it. The cookies can have anything. Even you can send a JWT token because it's only about how we exchange the information. Right? Either you send a token in the JSON response and send it in the authorization header. You can send the token in the cookies also. Then you decode it while sending it back to the server. So let's dive in the cookies based authentication. First, we will try to set up application. Then this is the simple setup you are trying to create.